So this video is going to be a bit different. It's about dream disorder, full-on nightmares. So bear in mind I haven't got good teeth because I had an accident when I was 3. I don't blame my mother. This was not neglect. I got up out of my own choice. I was quite independent as a child. Like when I was at my aunt's house, they were drinking, but I also had independence. I could just wander around the house. It was an accident. It is what it is. There was nothing that you could do about it. So it is what it is. I don't know if you can see my nose. It's not straight. My teeth got damaged from an accident. I'm actually losing these teeth. But on that one, I've got a chip. I've got a chip on one of the lower ones there, one of the top ones there, and I think one of those canines teeth that I have from the dreams causing me to end up chewing my own teeth out. So I have to wear a mouth guard when I sleep now. I have full-on full-on dreams. It's not nice to even really talk about. It sounds so strange to talk about this because I used to be a fan of horror films until I started, seeing the horror films in my dreams. It's not, and that with chronic fatigue, it's really something. If you have any questions about it, you can ask. I think very few people talk about proper nightmare disorder. It's a real thing. It's, if you're imagining a horror film, probably that. The closest I could say is The Grudge, Hellraiser, Nightmare on Elm Street, Jacob's Ladder. Those are the 4 films that I'd say it's closest to. It's something that people are calling Mallworld. I am religiously of the Egyptian faith. I'm what you'd call a Memphite. If you want to look up the Memphite religion, go ahead. But within that, there were different cults in ancient Egypt. So it's not one religion, but in ancient Egypt it was called the Duat, D-U-A-T. It's the dream. It's the first layer of the underworld, and people are calling Mallworld. That people are calling the Duat Mallworld. If you look up M-A-L-L, like shopping mall, Mal world, people are describing the exact same thing: dimly lit, long corridors, dark spaces, things that don't look quite right, like toilets that are a lot of them. But that's the nice places. If you go into the other parts of it, you'll find the creatures that from mythology. You'll start to see them in the borderlands and in the lands around. As it is in Mallworld, there are sort of shadow creatures, but most of those I believe to be dead people who have moved on and haven't got the spirituality yet to leave for whatever reason. Maybe they live lives of drunkenness or not caring. I don't truly know, but I'm exhausted, bear in mind. It's really tiring. It's hard to talk about because I don't want to look like I'm crazy. But you can look up Mallworld. You can see the liminal space is very similar. But again, those are the more peaceful realms. For anyone that knows what I don't know whether there'll be people who have had these dreams watching, but if you've had dreams and you know what I'm talking about, when you leave the Mallworld areas, you go into the roads. There's a lot of rubble, concrete crud, but as you go out of there and you go into the wildlands, that's typically where you start to see the creatures that people think are mythological. There's a lot of them. There's the ghouls of those who have previously lived. There's rakes are a nasty creature. Those are really disgusting. Um, the creature from The Grudge. I haven't watched that film, but I know like the little girl with the greasy, nasty black hair. That's not a girl. It's not a girl who has passed on. It's a demon. It cannot take proper form of a human, so that's why it looks off. That's why the clothing looks white but dirty. It's like an ethereal, nasty white. The hair, it's not proper hair. It doesn't have like a flow with fibre. It looks more like oily wire. It doesn't look human. Doesn't look right. I just woke up, so my memory's a bit off. Um, yeah, I've said the liminal spaces. There's the malls. Yeah. So I'm trying to say this without going overboard, because I understand how this probably sounds to someone who's never seen this stuff. If I hadn't seen this stuff, I'd think, what on earth? You know, it sounds terrifying. But oh yeah. So if you for those that are having more world dreams, or those that know what the underworld looks like, or hell, it's got like a blue, light green tinge, but it's mostly blue. It's what I would call Prussian blue, but it shifts, and often there's no sun. It's like a white, bleached out sky, similar to if you watch the film Hellraiser, the modern one, with a character called Voight. In the last scene where he's transformed into a Cenobite, that white flickering background, that's what the sky looks like. It's not very nice. It's not like a nice refreshing blue sort of blue sky. It's not dirty because it's so white and pure, but it's not like a pure white like celestial. It's like an LED light, like an LED bleaching light, but it's foggy, it's misty, and there aren't proper solar cycles. The weather can be, you know, it's like that, or it's grey, very similar to what it looks like when they've been spraying. And I strongly believe that the spraying and the underworld are linked. I think it's a way, David Icke has talked about that the spraying is a way to make this realm, Earth realm, look more like the realm from where the evil things come. You know, whether David Icke is talking about reptilians or, and I don't believe in reptilians. They're demons. They're not reptilians. They are demons. But that's more or less what it looks like. Yeah, if anyone's seen Warworld, feel free to chime in. I'm always interested to hear about this stuff. I am a paranormal researcher. I didn't do anything to start these dreams. I remember I just started having them, and I thought I was the only one. Then I heard about Warworld, and the name immediately clicked. I was like, oh my goodness, Warworld. Like, I had known about the liminal spaces, but I didn't know what liminal meant, so it had sort of gone over my head, and I didn't. But Warworld, definitely, that's the place. It's like a reflection pool, but everything's kind of broken. And I'm going to talk about more of the nightmares. I think. Because bear in mind, you can see I can articulate this. It's not like word salad, like a schizophrenic. And no offense to schizophrenics, because I believe that they're actually channeling reality or unfiltered reality. But I'll do some more dream talk, actually, because some people might find it interesting. I've been doing it so long, and like if I get taken out in my dream, I would very much like it to be a learning experience for others, so they don't get taken out